Visit to Hawthorne Tramway Museum Part 2. People who mattered in the history of Melbourne Tramway. L.J. Flanagan. L.J. Flanagan, the architect. Melbourne's tramway infrastructure was shaped by two architects. A.G. Monsborough handled the M&MTB era, 1920s-30s. While L.J. Flanagan was the preeminent tramway architect in the preceding decade. Unlike Monsborough, Flanagan ran his own private practice, taking commissions from the PMTT and HTT, though tramway work was only a small fraction of his output. It became his most celebrated. Born in Richmond in 1864 to architect John Flanagan, Leonard trained at St James Grammar School and was apprenticed at his father's firm from 1880 to 85. Over 50 years, Flanagan worked across a wide range of styles: Gothic, Italianate, Queen Anne, and Californian bungalow, producing residential, commercial, and institutional buildings. His first tramway commission was the Melbourne Depot, 1909-10, in Edwardian style, followed by a workshop, office building, and an electrical substation at Elstonwick in 1914. In 1915 he designed both the Kew and Hawthorne depots, both featuring large windows, Kew bridging Edwardian and Hawthorne's full American Romanesque style. From 1912 to 17 he designed tram shelters for the PMTT and HTT, then shifted focus to Mornington, serving as Shire President in 1918 before retiring from architecture in 1936. Flanagan died in Mornington on the 2nd of November 1945. His tramway buildings, especially Hawthorne Depot, now the Melbourne Tram Museum, remain cherished examples of early 20th century Melbourne architecture. Joyce Barry. Joyce Barry, born in 1922 in Brunswick, became Australia's first female tram driver and a symbol of the fight for equal pay and opportunities for women. Initially, Melbourne's tramway system was entirely male, with women only allowed as conductresses from 1941 due to wartime shortages, not as drivers. The tramway union opposed women drivers, claiming they were physically unfit, and many women lost jobs after World War II, before some were rehired due to staff shortages. Joyce's prior experience on a dairy farm proved her capability, but early attempts in 1956 to train women drivers failed due to union resistance and strikes. The women's rights movement of the late 1960s revived efforts, and in 1973 another attempt to train women drivers was again blocked by union action. In 1975, after strong lobbying, the ban on women drivers was lifted, marking a turning point. Soon after, Joyce became Australia's first female tram driver, though she faced resistance and intense scrutiny in her new role. Despite challenges, she found fulfillment in her work and helped pave the way for women in the profession. She worked for the tramways for 35 years, also contributing to community service through volunteering. Joyce Barry passed away in 2006, leaving a lasting legacy in Australia's social and transport history. Francis Boardman Clapp. Francis Boardman Clapp was a key figure behind Melbourne's tramway system, migrating from the United States during the 1850s gold rush and entering the transport business. He quickly built a successful coaching enterprise, expanding mail and passenger services across Victoria before anticipating its decline due to the rise of railways. After selling his coaching business, Clapp founded the Melbourne Omnibus Company in 1868, rapidly expanding horse-drawn transport across the city and suburbs. He then focused on developing a tramway system, reorganizing his company into the Melbourne Tramway and Omnibus Company and securing government approval in 1883. The cable tram network was built quickly, with the first line opening in 1885 and all 17 routes completed by 1891. Known for strong business skills and a forceful personality, Clapp opposed trade unions and maintained profitability even during economic downturns. He continued as managing director until 1916, remaining effective despite losing his sight later in life. Clapp died in 1920 at age 87, leaving a lasting impact on Melbourne's urban transport system. Sir Thomas Bent. By name, Bent by nature. Sir Thomas Bent was a notoriously corrupt Victorian politician and real estate speculator active in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Bent championed the 1906 Street Kilda to Brighton Beach electric tramway, which conveniently boosted the value of his own nearby real estate and strengthened his political base as the local MP. Before 1903, his push for an electric tramway to Elwood and Brighton was blocked by the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Railways. Both the VR Commissioners and the Melbourne Tramway and Omnibus Company opposed him. Becoming Premier in 1904, Bent bypassed the committee by appointing himself Treasurer and Minister for Railways. He then diverted £90,782 from a rural tramway fund to build the line at a declared cost of just £19,500. Extensions were later authorised to St Kilda and Brighton Beach stations. When questioned about traffic demand, Bent dismissively claimed it would come from Geelong, some 40 miles away across Port Phillip Bay. His ministry, 1904-09, also favoured the North Melbourne Electric Tramway's proposal for the Essendon Tramway, and Bent openly expressed regret at not having invested in it personally. Bent was forced from office in January 1909 and died the following September from tertiary syphilis. He is commemorated by the suburb of Bentley and a bronze statue in Brighton.